Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning. Hope you're all doing well. I'm just going to have a little sip of coffee. Lovely. Sunday night for me here. I just wanted to do a video. I just wanted to introduce the next EP I'm working on. So then when I can do this little intro and then actually start working on it in earnest. So Weaving Blossom is out there, and that's largely a set of piano compositions that are then processed through my little modular synths here. So that's available now on all streaming platforms and Bandcamp. And then the most recent EP, Silicate, that's also now on all the streaming platforms and Bandcamp, and that was a largely Pigments based EP. I asked myself, could I make an EP if I only used Pigments? And you absolutely can. Pigments is a great VST. Now, for this project, which is called something German, which I've forgotten, Schlafen, which I think means sleep in German. Do correct me if I'm wrong, German speakers of the world. I wanted to go for a much more chilled out ambient, maybe, vibe. And it would basically be music I could put on my little bedside table and drift off to sleep. Hence the name. Just having the German, is a gimmick. Let's face it. But what I thought would be like, well, again, another gimmick, let's be honest, would be to do a lot of the writing while people were sleeping. So typically what I was doing, and this was about a month ago, I would, and this was over the course of about a couple of weeks, I would get up at 4:30 in the morning, 4:30, come down to the studio, do some writing, get done at about 5:30, 5:45 ish. Go back to the kitchen, have some breakfast, and then basically snooze for a couple of hours, and then get up and go to work as per normal. It is 4:40 in the morning. Still dark outside, pouring with rain. It's the end of Storm Anthony. This is track 2 of a new EP I'm working on called Schlafen, which is German for sleep. So I thought it'd be interesting to work on a track while people are sleeping. The process of writing is as important as the end result. That's just a thing, I think. But anyway, let's maybe do an hour and a half of writing, and then I don't know whether to just go back to bed, have a breakfast, and then go back to bed. I'm having a cup of tea now, but I am quite hungry and tired. It is 26 minutes past 4 in the morning, and obviously still dark outside, so I'll do an hour in the basement, and after that the sun should be rising, possibly. You can just see dawn is cracking ever so slightly over there. 4:28 in the morning. This is insane. Let's work on track 3. Okay, it is 10 to 6 and dawn has broken. It is now light outside. Time for some brekkie. It is 4:30 exactly in the morning. Track 4. Do a bit of work on track 4, which hasn't got a name yet. So in terms of productivity hack, getting up at 4 well, 20 past 4 in the morning and doing like an hour of work. It's fantastic. You're not going to get calls. I'm not really tempted to check email, social media. No one's going to ring the doorbell. Fantastic. Getting up is fine. Going to sleep earlier, still not there yet. I think I still need to, the body needs to adjust to this like way of working. I'm finding I'm sort of, if I go to bed at 10:30, I'm still lying awake for like half an hour. But there we go. Anyway. 5:34, another dawn, another bright new day. Time for breakfast. And I sort of did this for a couple of weeks, writing, and then didn't really touch the projects for then another 2 or 3 weeks, because there's always stuff going on. There's rock and roll stuff, songs to learn. There's all the live stuff as well. So then this week I want to sort of start working on it in earnest, right? And although this new EP, I largely sketched it out using pigments because that's just convenient. Grab a VST, pigments, great, sketch it all out. What I want to do is farm it out to mostly hardware and hopefully master onto tape, onto cassette tape, and have much more of a, not a lo-fi vibe, but a certain gritty, dusty sound. That's what I am after. Now, here is the crazy thing. So the first thing I did is I basically did quick rough mixes. I mean, not even mixes, just export whatever there's 5 tracks so far, whatever the tracks were, and just stick them into a project in Reaper, so I can hear them all. And I do not remember writing these when I was listening back to them. It's like, okay, it's almost like listening to someone else's stuff. It's kind of crazy. So this is track 1. This is the track I've started to work on a little bit. Now this one has bass guitar tracking on it, which is me playing bass. Right, don't remember doing that. Do not remember. So that would be literally sat here at 4:30 in the morning, sort of tracking all the bass lines, comping them together. Don't remember doing it. Track 2. Yeah, that kind of rhythmic pad gives it a bit of interest, doesn't it? But and again, might keep that and then supplement it with some more analog goodness. Track 3 has some rhythmic elements, but again, and I was going to say this does sound like me, but again, don't really remember writing this. Track 4. Again, could have been written by somebody else. Track 5. Lots of squeaky noises. Probably seemed like a good idea at 5 o'clock in the morning, one morning. So I'll say this definitely sounds like Abominable. But all those weird reversey stuff going on, don't remember doing that. Seemed like a good idea at 5 o'clock in the morning, obviously. So there's 5 tracks out. I reckon I need at least 6 tracks for an EP. These go for about 22 minutes or so. 22 minutes of music that I don't remember writing. How mad is that? How mad is that? And I think I'll start working on these tracks, and I'll, you know, get acquainted with them, and then probably get bored of them, forget about them for a week, revisit them, just decide what I like, decide what I don't like, scrap a track, write a new track. You know the deal. But yeah, so I just thought I'd give a like brief chat about what I'm working on before I start working on it in earnest. So before I sign off, let's give you what I think maybe is one advantage of this weird workflow. I mean, it's kind of, you know, you're almost sort of deliberately doing biphasic sleep, and you know, I know that's a thing, and there have been some artists and writers and whatever in the past that have had these fairly kind of crazy sleep, wake, work, sleep sort of cycles. Leonardo, did he have a bit of a kind of crazy schedule? And you know, I know I've seen other videos on YouTube of people saying, I tried biphasic sleep. It's sort of that, because I was like writing breakfast snooze. So one advantage is in the evening you don't need to feel guilty because you're not writing, because you've already done a chunk of writing for that day. That's cool. So you can have, you know, a relaxed evening and go to bed early, which is advisable, maybe. And you don't feel guilty that you've not done, you know, 2 hours in the studio, because you've already done a bunch of work that day. So that's an advantage. I'll say the disadvantage, in retrospect, it did exhaust me, I think. And I think partly some of the reason of not, you know, continuing to do it and like just continuing to work on the tracks and taking a break is basically just sort of catching up on sleep. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend this as a workflow. I think a better workflow would be to like get up at sort of 6:30, have brekkie, have an early brekkie, and then work, and then go straight into work, and not have like a sleep interruption. Just get up early and work. I think that might be better. So if I was doing a similar kind of, you know, gimmicky workflow again, I might just do, get up early, Mark. Anyway, that's where we are. I'll do a few little blog posts about making the EP, just to show, like, you know, all this stuff here, it does get used for actually making music and not just for talking about on YouTube. Maybe that's important, maybe not. All right, cheers folks. Ta-ra, 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 ta-ra.